Hi there everybody, it's Shirley Young here from Handmade by Shirley. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a slide lock gatefold card today, which I made on recently on my team retreat as a make and take. I'm part of team Jazzle Dazzle with Janice Thompson. And this was the card that I made for the retreat. So it's a slide gatefold, open it up. Quite easy to make. I didn't think it was too hard, but there's lots of pieces that go together to make it. It wasn't my idea, it was excuse me, it was from Susan Lavasser, who is a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the US. So it was her idea. She didn't put this part on the back, which I think you need to stand it up. But I added that bit because I thought it looked nice just to have that standing up on your mantelpiece or wherever in the house. So on this one I used the Pansy Petals DSP, and I used made that very floral. This next one I'm going to do is using, now the name escapes me actually, I've forgotten what this is called. If I can just grab my catalogue, I'll quickly look it up. That's the wrong catalogue actually. That's the one. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's the ones with the tigers and the jungle one. So I'm going to get started. I'm also using very vanilla cardstock. As I say, the one from the jungle. I'm also using some rose gold, and I've got the Tailor punch punched out. I've got all the measurements here in inches and centimetres, and so we're going to get started. So what you would need is a piece of cardstock that measures 4¼ inches by 11 inches or 10.8 by 27.9 centimetres, and then you're going to score that on both ends. I've already done it just for quickness of the video, at 2¾ or 7 centimetres, and that's your card base. You also need an insert for that, and I've used the rose gold foiled papers, which is going to go in there, and that measures 4 by 5¼ or 10.1 by 13.3 centimetres. Then we've got our lovely very vanilla cardstock, which is 3¾ by 5 inches or 9.5 by 12.7 centimetres, which is for your insert. We've also got another piece that's going to go in the bottom here, and that measures 1 by 3¾ inches or 2.5 by 9.5 centimetres. Then we've got our matte layers for the outside. So we've got 2 of those from that lovely jungle theme DSP, and they measure, oh, wrong one, they measure 2¼ by 3¾ inches or 5.7 by 9.5 centimetres. So you need 2 of those. Then you've got some matte layers that go on to the base, and then these go on the top, and these measure 2¼ by 4 inches and 5.7 by 10.2 inches. And then you will need I'll say these as I go along, and that's the back with your stand at the back. So we'll start putting this together instead of me rhyming off measurements. So you've got your base card scored at 2 3/4 on both ends by 7. So we're just going to go onto the score lines and just burnish them with our bone folder just so that they're nice and crisp. And any bits that are kind of turned over from when cutting, you can just go over those to flatten them out as well with your bone folder. There's a few wee bits there. Now I forgot to mention we need to cut a wee slither out so that we can fit our mechanism in. So it is just a tiny little slither, so you can do it on either part of this. So it's just a very tiny piece, as I see, out of there. So it's really small, and that just means you can get your mechanism into that part there when you come to put it together. So we can start putting this together, and I do not have any Tombow, so unfortunately I'm having to use other glue at the moment. So we just want to pop if it'll come out. Come on. Doesn't seem to want to come out today. Let's just give it a wee helping hand. Hopefully that will help it on its way. Yep, there we go. It's starting to come out now. So just pop that on just here, just making sure there's a bit of a border around, all the way round. That down, and then we can do that with our very vanilla piece. Pop that in as well with a little bit of a border all the way round. Then we're going to add this little piece just to decorate the bottom, like so, which just makes it look a wee bit prettier. Goes on the very vanilla part there. There we go. And we will add a sentiment eventually. We'll go on to the front now. I'm just going to flatten down that bit where I've cut it, just so that it's nice and flat. And I learned that from another one of my team members. I learned that if you flatten it down with your bone folder where you've cut, you know, on the side that's the opposite side that's been cut, it does actually flatten out, and it's just as nice as it was before. So we've got our foil paper again. We're going to matte layer those onto the two flaps at the front. So we'll pop this one onto the bottom here. Just making sure to leave a little bit of border all the way around. Just turn that round so it's easier to do. And I will add in the description bar all the measurements of this card, so so you don't have to keep stopping and starting the video. There we go. So then we've got our nice floral pieces that are going to go on top. And if you do use paper that is directional, obviously remember to cut it in the direction that you want it to go. Okay, just pop that on as well and turn this round, and I think I've actually done it the wrong way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Can do one facing down and one facing up the right way. There we go. So that's our base done, and it looks a bit squint. I think I've put some of these on a bit squint. For instance, that one's a bit, at least it's not quite grabbed yet. That's a wee bit better. And that one, still a bit squint looking, but no worries. That's better. So that's our main card. We still have to add this part on the back, but we're going to now make the mechanism. So you need a little base card, which is going to be your base to come onto the front here, like so, and these layers will go on top and make the mechanism. So this layer is in the same colour of cardstock as the base. The colour escapes me at the minute. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not entirely sure what it is, sorry folks. I will put it in the description though. So this is 3 14/16 by 2 14/16, or 9.9 by 7.3 centimetres. And then you will need 5 pieces of the Very Vanilla, which are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, or 7 by 9.5 centimetres. And you'll need a piece as your topper, which I've chosen just the one of the cheetahs as the main. I'm going to put a greeting on here, and I'm going to add some retired trinkets from Tropical Oasis as well. So this piece with the DSP is 3 10/16 by 2 9/16, or 8.8 by 6.6. Okay, so what we want to do is start with the piece of cardstock that's the same colour as your base, and what you want to do is you want to put your front piece on like so. So if you add the front piece to the front, like so, and there should be a very, very tiny border all the way around, very tiny. So add that to the front, and then you're going to add your DSP onto that, and there should be a very, very tiny border as well around this. I'll just pop that on, and I think these colours look really nice together. All the greens and the pinks and the yellow just gives it a bit of a zing. And then you're going to pop your sentiment on. So I haven't quite decided what sentiment, but I have got Strong and Beautiful, and I do like this stamp set for all of the sentiments on it. So I'm going to pop on it, "You're amazing and that's a fact," when I find it. There we go, this one up here. I really like this. It's got some really great sentiments in it. And I'm going to just get a wee block here. Pop that on. And then I'm just going to pick a colour here, which we have got. Let's see. We have. Let's have some polished pink, I think. That's quite nice. It's a bright colour. So we're going to pop that onto the already punched out bit of Fairy Vanilla from the Tailor punch, I think this is called. I'm just going to pop that on the middle. So, there we go. And then I'm just going to pop this on with some dimensionals. Just pop it up a bit. There we go. Oh, that one's a bit near the edge. Let's just move it up slightly. There we go, and I'm just going to pop that just there. So that's the front part of my card, okay? Okay, even. So what I need to do now is to turn it onto the back, and I've got 5 more pieces. So I want to pop a bit on the back just to give me a bit of an outline. Just let me think if that's right. So I want to do these 2. Yeah, that's right. So I'm just going to pop a piece of this onto the back, just so that I know where I'm sticking the rest of my pieces to make the mechanism. So just pop this onto the back of that pink DSP, pink cardstock even, like so. And then you've got your line to put your next part. Now the next part is going to make the mechanism, so you need to take 2 parts and put that wee bit there just now. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold these 2 parts in half, like so. So use your bone folder just to get a nice crease. So they are going to be in half, like so. And the other one the same, in half. And that's going to be your mechanism. Then what you need to do is you're going to stick these on the back of that piece that you've just stuck down, like that, with these legs. Your top legs should be up, like that, once you've stuck it down. Okay, so it should look like that when you've stuck it down. So I'm just going to pop these on. And this is your mechanism for your gatefold, sliding gatefold. So just line it up with the edge, like so. And just hold it down for a few seconds. And do the exact same with the other one. So just line it up with your edge here. So, there we go. Can't just let it click. So you've got your, now got your mechanism for your slide going in and out. And then all we need to do for the last piece is just glue all over the back of this one. So, oh, I should have done it the other way. Never mind. So obviously you won't have measurements on the back like me. You'll just have a nice clean piece. And that's your mechanism for your card. So it's quite flexible. If you just give it a bit of a pull up, it's quite flexible. And what you do is now you pop your card, your two legs into these pieces here at the top, like so. And that's how your card holds together, like so. But what I wanted to do was to put a back on mine with a little stand in the middle. So this piece of card is not quite the same colour, it's a bit dark. I think that's Rococo Rose, but it doesn't matter. So this is 4 by 5.5 or 10.1 by 14 centimetres, and then we've got a tiny little bit that's going to act as our stand to keep this from, you know, falling down. So it is 3/4 of an inch by 4 or 2 by 10.1. So what we're going to do here is we're going to actually fold over a little bit at the bottom here. So just to keep it from falling again, because that is actually too big, this bit, and then the same at the other side, so you can actually just fold it at the same time. And then we're just going to open that again, and then we're going to fold that up here, and then it's going to go on to this bit here, and that's just to stop it opening. So we can just quickly put on a little bit of glue on these flaps. So a little bit of glue on that first flap, and I'm just going to do it just at the bottom, just a wee bit up from the bottom, not far. Pop this down, put that flap up, put some more glue on, and so it's roughly in the middle of the card. It could possibly go slightly further along, but I think it's glued now. Just put another piece of glue on that piece, and then bring this part over, fold it down, burnish it for a few minutes. You can give your, and then that will stop our card flaying out, if you see what I mean. And then all we need to do is add that to the back of the card, which fits just in behind it. So if we pop some more glue on, like so. Oh, we've still to do a wee sentiment inside, haven't we? I forgot about that. So I think I'm going to do another one from the Strong and Beautiful. Just pop this one to the back like so. You can just get it down at the bottom. The same. If we get it at the same level at the bottom as the card base, so it's the same bit, it's not overlapping and it's not too far up either, and then it should fit in there. And then that gives us our card like so. And that a bit taller there, but I probably could have brought it down slightly more at that side. And then that's your card basically. I just need to put a sentiment inside. And as I say, I'm going to use, so I put "You're amazing and that's a fact." And I think I'm going to put inside, "You have truly been a shining example to me." So which one is that one there? Get it off. And I just need a block. Blocks are hiding today. And we'll just use polished pink again, because that's what we used before. And then we'll just line it up, kind of in the middle. Just give it a few seconds to adhere to the card. And then that's it. And then one more thing I want to add is my embellishment on the front, which is the Tropical Oasis trinkets. So I've got one left, and it's the wee guitar, and I'm going to pop it onto here. So I'll just quickly do that, and then we can put it together, and that will be me done. Just pop that on there, pop this back together, and